Well, behind me, the famous Fountain Square, and that must mean that we are visiting Cincinnati, Ohio. And this is a town that is rich with culture. We had an opportunity to visit some really wonderful places, and it's been our first visit to some of these, plus some great restaurants to eat in. I got to tell you, this is a great getaway for a weekend from Columbus. Renee, what did you find?
Well, thanks, Mike. We have been having a ball in the Queen City. We first went to the Jack Casino and then over to the Contemporary Arts Center and saw some really unique exhibits. Now we're off to enjoy some delicious food. You are not going to want to miss a moment of today's show when we visit Cincinnati.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, ignition, liftoff.
Visit to Cincinnati would have to include the National Underground Railroad Freedom Center. This is a step back in history, and it's a great educational experience for adults and children. We talked to Will Jones and learn more. Tell our viewers a little bit about what they're going to find to visit here.
Well, here at the National Underground Railroad Freedom Center, we're on the banks of the Ohio River. The institution began in 2000, or rather opened in August of 2004. And here we unveiled the stories from the Underground Railroad on through modern times, challenging and inspiring others towards freedom. They can expect to find permanent exhibitions, programming, events that educate, and again, like I said, challenge and inspire the thinking of our visitors.
The building is amazing. How many floors is this, and how much of the museum is occupied by this building?
Well, there are 3 linked pavilions that are 158 square feet. We have the Pavilion of Courage, the Pavilion of Perseverance, and the Pavilion, of Cooperation. There are 5 floors, 3 dedicated to the museum, and then the 4th floor consists of our genealogy library, and then the 5th floor consists of administrative offices.
So a family coming down to visit, what should they plan time-wise in the museum?
It's definitely a lot to take in. We're open Tuesday through Sunday from the hours of 11 to 5. And you'll want to get here early. You'll definitely want to get here early and plan to spend the day. We do offer 2-day passes. You'll want to put aside some time to come check us out.
How many visitors do you see a year here?
Around about 1.5 million total, from the things we have going on in person with guests as well as visitors online that check us out through some of the things we have going on our website.
Yeah. I would think you drove all over the U.S. for that.
Yeah, we definitely do. We're a staple here in the tri-state, but we also have people from all over come over to see us.
We'll give us some contact information where folks from Columbus can come down and see you.
You can check us out at the bottom link at www.freedomcenter.org for more information.
Well, on a recent trip to Cincinnati, we stopped by the Cincinnati Art Museum, and names like Monet, Van Gogh, and even Andy Warhol. We found a lot of great art here, and it's a wonderful place to visit and bring the family. We talked to Jill Dunn and learn more. Tell our viewers a little bit about what they're going to find here at the Cincinnati Art Museum and what makes you guys unique.
Well, what makes Cincinnati Art Museum special is the fact that we have 67,000 pieces that cover over 6,000 years of history. So we have a really diverse encyclopedic collection. You're going to see something for everyone, whether it's paintings, sculpture, we have mummies, we have contemporary art. It's really a little bit of everything.
How many visitors does the museum see a year?
So we had about 250,000 people who visited last year and enjoyed our different artworks from our permanent collection and our traveling special exhibitions as well.
You've had a number of those come to the museum, right?
We absolutely do. We are really excited. We've got a great year ahead. We have exhibitions that feature fashion, that feature the terracotta warriors coming next year. So we have a great collection of exhibitions that we showcase every year.
Is there any pieces that really stand out to people that they just come to see?
I think our most famous piece is Vincent van Gogh's Undergrowth with Two Figures, and that piece is one of Vincent van Gogh's most famous works. It's very iconic. People see it, people love it. You can see the brush strokes. It's just a beautiful, beautiful piece, and we have it here. It's in our permanent collection.
In terms of time to come and see the museum and actually enjoy it?
I would allow at least 3 hours so you can really get the lay of the land. We have a great cafe, so they can stop there. We have the Rosenthal Education Center for kids, so there's great family activities in there. And so leave at least a couple hours so you can see thousands and thousands of works here on display.
Well, give us some contact information and let's send some folks down from Columbus to see you.
Absolutely. Come to CincinnatiArtMuseum.org and find out all the information about our museum.
Fantastic. Jill, thanks so much for being on the show. Well, while we were in Cincinnati, we stopped by Full Throttle Karting, and you talk about a great experience with state-of-the-art karts and a great ventilation system and a wonderful day of racing. We talked to Joe and learned more. So tell us a little bit about our viewers, at least what they're going to find here at Full Throttle.
So we've done, since your last visit here, we've actually expanded. We've added a second high-speed track. We have a whole new fleet of go-karts. We've added our micro mile, which is ages 4 to 7. And we've also gone fully accessible. We have a hand control cart and a 2-seater cart. So for folks that can't drive themselves, or if a parent wants to take a younger kid out, we can do any of those kind of things. Carts will hit about 40 miles an hour on the track. Our youth carts will do about 22.
Now, how do you work this? Do you have races against each other, or how does that all work?
So we actually run everything from an amateur all the way up to the professional level racer. Our standard race is scored by time, so it's going to be your fastest lap is going to be how you're scored. But we also do league racing and we do endurance racing. As a matter of fact, if you've got any viewers that are thinking about coming to Cincinnati on Veterans Day, we're running a 24-hour endurance race over Veterans Day weekend as a benefit for the Racing for Vets organization.
Now, what are the age limits for being on this versus the smaller karting track?
So our micro miles are our entry level point. That's 4 to 7. Those are electric carts. They do 4 to maybe 6 miles an hour, age appropriate for the young ones. And then at age 8, they move to the big tracks driving our junior carts. And then at age 16, they move to our adult carts. Or if the driver happens to be particularly talented, they can actually move up early, assuming they're tall enough.
Well, Joe, give us some contact information as to how we can send some folks from Columbus down to see you.
Easiest way to find us is at gofullthrottle.com. If you're not a web-based person and you want to do it old school maps, you'll find us at the corner of 75 and 275 on the north side of town.
Fantastic. And the phone number?
513-341-CART with a K.
Fantastic. Joe, thanks so much for being on the show.
Thanks, Mike. Appreciate it.
Jack Casino Cincinnati not only provides great gaming opportunities for their guests, they're also known for fabulous entertainment, food, and fun. Chad told us more about all the experiences you can have when you visit Jack Casino Cincinnati. Well, Chad, welcome to Out and About Columbus.
Thank you. I appreciate you taking the time to come down to the great city of Cincinnati.
Well, thank you for having us. I have to tell you, this casino is absolutely beautiful.
Thank you. We're obviously very proud of the casino. We've got a great product here. We have great team members, and just really love the opportunity for guests to come down and enjoy themselves with us.
Well, tell us what makes Jack Casino a great place for its guests.
Well, you know, there's a number of things. Number one is our great team members. We have the best staff in the business. They're here to take care of every guest that comes in every time. We also have a great loyalty program called Club Jack. A big key of what we've just introduced in Club Jack is called Partner Rewards. We have over 100 local partners where guests can earn points here and receive benefits outside the casino doors, which is a big piece for our guests.
What does Jack bring to the table in terms of unique experiences?
You know, in addition to our fabulous gaming experience, the guest experience and the service that we provide, we have over 33,000 square feet of banquet space, stunning city views. It really is something where we're able to offer something to the gamer, the non-gamer, and the entertainment seeker.
You also host a lot of entertainment here.
We have a lot of great entertainment, all the way from entertainment inside the Rock Bar, which is our premier bar inside the casino, singers inside the steakhouse. We do world-class entertainment upstairs in our banquet space. We have Randy Houser upcoming in October. We're showing the fight Mayweather versus McGregor in our Jack Party Room. So it's a very diverse group of entertainment offerings. Thursday Night Football is another thing that we like to make sure that we provide a great experience for our guests for. So you can find out all the great things that we offer at at jackentertainment.com and select Cincinnati as the property.
Well, do you enjoy bourbon? You better grab the keys to your car, because in Newport, Kentucky, we have found the world's largest bourbon bar. It's a Prohibition bourbon bar, and it is just phenomenal, touting over 1,500 varieties of bourbon. We had an opportunity to talk to Peter Newberry, and he told us more. You've had a lot of changes, obviously, since we were here. I talk about this place all the time. It's just amazing. So just for our viewers that maybe didn't catch the first time you were on, give us a little history about how this became the bourbon bar.
Well, I'll tell you what, we started about 4 years ago with a bakery and a coffee shop, and about a month before we opened, a friend of ours was closing down a restaurant down the street, and he had a liquor license. He was going to relocate his business across the Ohio in the Cincinnati area, and said, "Hey, Pete, you interested in my liquor license?" We said, "Sure." So I started doing a little research on it, found out 4 years ago, in 2013, the world's largest bourbon bar was in Tokyo, Japan. Well,
You said that ain't going to happen.
well, it just didn't seem right. It said, it definitely needs to be in the United States and preferably in Kentucky. So my wife and I discussed it, and we decided, yeah, let's go ahead and let's just go ahead and make the world's largest bourbon bar here. Told all our distributors, whatever bourbons and ryes you can get your hands on, automatic sale, we'll buy it. And so we've been accumulating quite a few bourbons the past 4 years.
What's the most expensive drink in the house?
Well, there's a small little bottle up behind me on the top shelf. It's called John Fitzgerald, and it's a half bottle of bourbon and 12.7 ounces or so. And that bottle goes for, well, on the internet you could find it for several $1,000s. It's the most expensive shot we have here. It's $250 a shot.
Well, let's send some folks down to Columbus to sample some of these fine bourbons that you have here, Peter.
You can get all the information on our hours and our address and our telephone number at prohibitionbourbonbar.com.
One of the best things about taking a trip out of town is food and some of the restaurants you can visit. And who knows those better than some of the food tours that are out there? Well, we found one here in the Cincinnati area called Riverside Food Tours that can absolutely take you on a breathtaking trip around Cincinnati, and you can taste all kinds of things. We heard more from Laura. So tell us about your food tour.
Well, my husband Mike and I started Riverside Food Tours back in 2015, and naming it Riverside Food Tours because we know that the best restaurants lie on both sides of the Ohio River. So we offer 5 different tours in Cincinnati, Ohio, and Covington, Kentucky. We lived in the area our whole life, and we tend to get in a rut. We were going to the same restaurants all the time. And the great thing about a food tour, on our tours you visit 5 different restaurants, you get sightseeing, culture, history, architecture, and you're exploring new neighborhoods you might not have been before.
What does someone count on in terms of time to do the tour?
Our tours are 3 hours, and the Cincinnati streetcar tour, for instance, today we use the streetcar. We start at the banks of the Ohio River, and we're going to be traveling all the way to historic Findlay Market, north of the city.
Well, Leah, good to have you and the Wee Olive Wine Bar on the show.
Thank you so much for having us.
So you're the first tour on the Riverside Food Tour, right?
Yes, correct. We're the first stop.
Well, tell us a little bit about what they're going to find here.
Absolutely. So we're somewhat of an experience in downtown Cincinnati. We have a little bit of a gourmet foods retail shop, and then we also have a wine bar where we serve food that's inspired by the food that we also sell. We specialize in California certified extra virgin olive oil. We also do balsamics, tapenades, spreads, and everything is available to taste daily in store and then on our menu as well.
You give us some contact information.
They can go to our website at riversidefoodtours.com. They can buy tickets online. They can call 1-800-656-0713. And we operate tours 6 days a week, every day but Monday.
The Precinct is just a renowned restaurant here in the Cincinnati area. How many years? What's some of the history? It's an iconic building. Tell me all about it.
Well, I opened in 1981. It was the first steakhouse in Cincinnati, and it's the longest running fine dining restaurant in Cincinnati. There were 3 mobile 5-star restaurants when we opened, and I broke every rule on how you do a steakhouse. It was totally different. I dry aged the steaks on the premises. These New York steakhouses, they look like they dry aged the waiters on the premises. That was totally different than anything anyone's ever seen, and there was no development around here, no restaurants, no nothing, except a biker's bar across the street. We had fist fights here. We catered to Bengals, businessmen, babes, blue bloods, blue hairs, bondsmen, and it was the most motley people you've ever seen.
Well, this is rated one of America's top steakhouses. It's won several awards. Why? What do you think has been the magic?
We have very strict standards on our specifications on our steaks. Most steak meat packing places can't even live up to them. They do for a while, but they get inconsistent, so we have to keep finding new steak purveyors and great employees. Employees are what's key.
We understand in November, at least that's the current schedule of 2017, there will in fact be a Jeff Ruby's restaurant in Columbus.
The first floor will be Art Deco, and of course, in that building, that first floor is old too, but we knocked out the walls to go out into the patio and enclose the patio, so the first floor is bigger, but there'll be a sushi bar, a raw bar, the Buckeye Room.
Of course, when you get in Columbus, we're going to want to come out and see you, no question. Give us some contact information for folks that are coming down from Columbus to stop by the precinct and enjoy one of these fantastic Jeff Ruby experiences.
JeffRuby.com.
Fantastic. Jeff, thanks so much for being on the show. Well, we've been here before, and I got to tell you, what a day of fun for all ages. We are at Wake Nation in Cincinnati, and this park is amazing. Beside me here is the Aqua Park. We talked to Steve Jones. He's the new owner of Wake Nation, and he told us more. The concept and just everything that's going on here is phenomenal. So tell our viewers a little bit about what a Wake Nation is.
Well, Wake Nation is a cable park that allows you to water ski and wakeboard with an overhead pulley system instead of using a boat. And then we also have a lot of other features for various people in the family. We have a floating aqua park, a bunch of games, things like that.
What I don't remember was an aqua park, and you have that here. Well, tell our viewers a little bit about that.
It's fun. It'd be surprising how fun it is for all ages. So the aqua park is kind of like a floating playground, and it's ages 6 and up, and it's got various things like a super trampoline, several different slides, this big dome called the Chaos, and then some other features, King of the Mountain, things like that. We plan to expand that radically next year.
What about lessons? How do I learn to do this?
Well, that's actually our specialty. So one of the major changes I made when I purchased the place is we are a cable park. A lot of the intermediate and advanced riders can come out and ride on the big cable, but our specialty is really teaching and coaching. So we have a lot of different programs, different levels and different skill sets can learn in different ways. But I think of us more as a wakeboard school that happens to have a cable park.
Yeah, and that's neat because, I know it's a great thing to do behind boats. Obviously fun to come out here and try this, and it's well worth coming down to see this park. It's amazing. I've been to a couple wakeboard parks. This is head and shoulders above everything that I've seen, so it is well worth the trip. Better. Well, Steve, let's send some folks down from Columbus to enjoy some wakeboarding here at Wake Nation. Give us your website and your address here.
Our website is wakenationcincinnati.com.
Pompilio's Italian Restaurant serves up some of the finest, authentic Italian cuisine you can find anywhere. I'm getting ready to enjoy some delicious spaghetti and lasagna. Salute. Larry told us more about their history and how you can enjoy their homemade bottled sauce right in Columbus. I just have to tell you, this is perfect. A wine, delicious spaghetti and lasagna. I couldn't ask for more.
Oh, it's wonderful. That's why Italian restaurant. What we're all about is family, food, and fun here at Pompilio's Restaurant. We've been around since 1933. Immigrants from Italy, they came over and we do Italian-American cuisine. And as you see, we specialize in the good stuff, the lasagna, spaghetti and meatballs, fresh Alfredo sauce, sausage, raviolis, everything made in-house. Located here in wonderful Newport, Kentucky, right across the river from downtown Cincinnati. We have plenty of stuff to do here. We have multiple dining rooms. We have an historic bar. We have this wonderful bocce court we got right behind us, 2 laid out courts right here. We have a bar outside.
So I hear you were in a pretty famous film. Tell us about that.
Yes, back in the 1988, we were featured in the Oscar-winning movie Rain Man, featuring Tom Cruise and Dustin Hoffman. So we get a lot of people that come in and want to see the actual scene where the toothpicks were dropped. And you can see that in our bar area. And the actual phone that they used in the Rain Man where he called when Dustin Hoffman was at the table is actually still there. So you can, if you come down, you can see the actual place where they dropped the toothpicks and Tom Cruise talked on the phone.
So you guys actually bottle your own sauce. Tell us about that.
Yes, we actually started bottling our sauce around 10 years ago. And about 4 years ago, we went into the Columbus area. So in your local Kroger markets, you can get our homemade Pompilio's Classico Marinara, our butternut squash, our bolognese sauce, and our puttanesca.
Well, tell us how we can find out more information about Pompilio's and come visit.
Find us on our website at www.pompilios.com.
When you visit Cincinnati, there's only one way to see the city, and that's on a Segway tour. And if you're looking for one, the Garage OTR definitely fits the bill. They have great instruction here. They have electric bikes. They have a lot of things that other dealers you're not going to find. We had an opportunity to talk to Sean and learn about how progressive this business here in Cincinnati is. Let's talk a little bit about the tours. How long have you been doing those?
We've been growing with the neighborhood. A lot of changes. Since 2008, we've been doing Segway tours.
And how many tours do you have?
We have 7 or 8 different tours to choose from now. We do tours every day.
This is called the Garage OTR now. So what has changed since our last trip here?
We were formerly known as Segway of Cincinnati. We still are Segway of Cincinnati, but morphed into the Garage OTR. So besides just Segway sales and tours, we also do electric bike sales and service, as well as bike repair. And now electric scooters coming soon.
How tough is it to learn? They say, it looks like it's tough. Is it really?
It's fun the first time. It's simple but different. We're going to show you everything you need to know and everything to do and not to do. There's a short training video involved when you come visit for a tour, as well as some one-on-one training with a guide and some practice time before we leave for the actual 90-minute ride.
How many people do you have on a tour?
We have anywhere from 2 to 20 people. We do a lot of corporate groups. It's always going to be 6 to 7 gliders per guide for safety reasons. In the park and in the city, a couple different experiences, but we always keep it a pleasant group size so that everyone's having fun and moving at a good pace.
Is there a favorite tour that people just really love of the ones that you do?
Our most popular tour is the one we offer the most often. That's our Riverfront tour. That's offered every day.
Give us your address here where they can find you.
We're located at the corner of Vine Street and Central Parkway. That's 1150 Vine Street. We're right in the heart of downtown. Plenty of different parking options. When you book a tour with us, you get a confirmation email to walk you through all those steps.
The Contemporary Art Center is a place where you can play, explore, and experience some of the best contemporary art that Cincinnati has to offer. A few of the staff members told us more about their mission and some of their exhibits on display. Boy, this place is unbelievable. Tell us a little bit about your programs and your exhibits you have.
Sure. Well, the Contemporary Arts Center, we are non-collecting museums, so we are constantly showcasing new and very vibrant exhibitions here. We do about 6 to 8 per year, and you can see they range from smaller shows to very immersive, large-scale installations, sometimes solo shows, sometimes group shows, but it's always a changing, very dynamic experience here.
Well, Rafaela, thank you so much for joining us today. Tell us a little bit about what your mission here is.
The mission of the Contemporary Art Center is very short and succinct. It is open minds. So we are here to engage people in a very curious, wonderful exploration of contemporary art. Of themselves, of the world that we all share, because as you know, Renee, contemporary art is about the present moment, the moment that we all share.
So this is definitely a hands-on experience here and an education. Tell us about that.
I'd love to. The Unmuseum, the floor we're on right now, is the 6th floor of the building and houses our interactive art, which is geared for everyone. So in other words, you get to touch and play with everything. I'd also love to tell you about our programs where you get to experience art making often. Every 4th Saturday of the month, we have the Family Festival, where our visitors, as many as sometimes 600 people, come and play and are part of an artistic experience that the city can't rival. We also have Drink and Draw on Thursday nights during the summer and fall months, and we're looking forward to some really fun ones which include exploring street art. They're free, They involve cocktails. They're perfect for grown-ups.
Well, Stephen, how can we find out more about the Contemporary Arts Center?
Well, we very much encourage you to visit, and we are always free. I really want to highlight that. And so you can always come, bring as many people as you'd like. But for more information online, please visit our website. It's www.contemporaryartscenter.org.
Well, Tamara, welcome down to About Columbus. Good to have you and Artworks on the show.
Hi, welcome to Cincinnati.
Yeah, I love this town. I really do. You know, one of the things that's beautiful is some of the murals that are around the city, and I guess you guys are involved in that, right?
Yeah, Artworks is sort of the leading employer of visual artists in the region, actually. And every summer we hire teenagers, we hire professional artists, and we create large, magnificent works of art. But we're workforce development and job training and economic vibrancy disguised as a public art program.
Tell us a little bit about the book. I see Neil Armstrong there on the front.
Excited about this. This is a copy of a book that will be for sale in Cincinnati and around, I guess, the internet, starting at the end of October. And is a book of our murals celebrating 10 years of mural making. And on the cover you see Neil Armstrong, a mural commissioned by Fifth Third Bank, really part of our Legends series, which dots the landscape as well. But we're super excited about this book because we think that the work that we do and the way that we do it is so unique.
Let's talk about Blink. That's something I don't know anything about, so I'm going to have to ask you, what is Blink?
So Blink is a 4-day light event. It's 20 blocks. It's from the riverfront, which is starts at the Freedom Center, follows our new streetcar line all the way up to Findlay Market. And in those 20 blocks, you will be able to discover light-based projection, magnificent, huge projections that are fanciful and magical, and light-based interactive installations and entertainment and food, and of course, this is Cincinnati, so there'll be plenty of beer. And did I say it was free and open to the public? So it's October 12th through 15th.
What's contact?
Artworkscincinnati.org.
Well, Mike, good to have you back on the show again this week. I know last week we kind of left off with some stuff. And, you know, one of the things that I like to establish is you have done some pretty big things in the roofing industry. I know you wrote a column, right?
Yes, for Roofing Contractor Magazine. I had a monthly column. Yeah.
And you founded a university to help contractors do roofing, right?
Yeah, I co-founded that. It was Roofer Success International. So it's basically showing contractors how to run a better contracting business.
Yeah. And if people missed last week's episode, basically what you talked about was a new product that can literally save your roof. Is that right?
Yes, absolutely. So RoofMax is an all-natural sealer, if you will. It penetrates into the asphalt to rejuvenate the asphalt. So a shingle, when it ages, the petrochemical oils dry out and it becomes brittle and loses its ability to contract and expand. So all we're doing is replacing the petrochemical oils that have dried out with an all-natural soybean oil. So it's a soy methyl ester. It's called soy methyl ester.
So if I'm sitting at home and I'm hearing oil and all this, is this eco-friendly?
100%. It's all natural. Actually, we work with the Soybean Association here. Ohio is obviously the fourth largest soybean producer, so we work very closely with Soy Ohio on this technology, on the advancement of this technology, as well as the Ohio State University. They'll be writing a white paper at the beginning of 2018 on RoofMax, life cycle savings, landfill savings. There's a number of information that will go into the study.
Let's come back to the consumer now. So I have a roof failure. My options are at this point what?
Well, sometimes you just have to replace the roof. But about 8 out of 10 times, we can get another 5 years of life. And there is a warranty. It's a transferable warranty. We do a ton in the real estate space. We've sealed a lot locally here, a lot of the home inspectors' personal homes, as well as them referring us out. As a matter of fact, this home was a real estate transaction.
I'm going to have you back again next week because I want to learn more about this. This is really neat technology. Give us some contact information.
Okay, just if you go to roofmax.com, that's 2 X's, roofmax.com, just enter your information and you can find a contractor in your market.